Welcome to Coach Washington Sports Talk. I'm your host, DeArmond Washington. Coach Washington, they call me Coach Twin. And make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Again, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. And I'd like to give a big shout out to the North Meck Vikings on winning that 4A men's basketball championship. Also, Weddington High School. That's right outside of Charlotte on winning that 4A men's football championship. And I just want to talk about why I think Charlotte athletics, why we have such a winning mentality here. It starts in the youth program. Very competitive here. Have a lot of youth programs. You know, our kids are raised. It's high competition down here, man. You know, it's high competition. Big shout out to the Dark Horses. They won the 12U and AYF championship up in Raleigh. The Royal Hornets won the 12U, I think, in United. Congratulations to those teams too. But why do I think that Charlotte athletics, why we tend to win all the time? And most people say you're the largest city in the state. You got more people. I mean, that's true, but I don't think that's it. I mean, hell, we got over 15, 18, I think, public high schools. Then you got the private schools. Then you got all the charter schools now that got football. So that can't be it, because all our kids are not going to the same school. I mean, you know, you got your district schools you're supposed to go to, unlike county schools where everybody in the county tend to go to one or two schools in that particular county. Our programs are kind of watered down, to say our programs are watered down, but our athletics is still high, and that just comes from starting at the youth level, man. Our kids are growing up. They're training. They're going to camps at a young age. You know, when I know I was coaching Pop Warner, man, we were doing camps all summer, just camps within the program, just camping all summer, building up the teams, winning championships. And, you know, at the end, we would get knocked off by the Winston-Salem teams. But that doesn't seem to be the case now. I think we've overtaken them. They got great talent. I'm not taking anything from them, but our kids are just growing up in a high competitive lifestyle. Our kids are training hardcore. They're going to camps. They're traveling to play. They're doing travel teams. So our kids get more experience in competition and playing high level competition than I think a lot of people in the state. You know, in this youth athletics down here, you know, our kids are tired. You know, we in Charlotte. We the best. We the best. Like, no, forget Winston, Greensboro, Raleigh, wherever. It's all about that Charlotte mentality. I think we're breeding dogs. Not to say other places are not breeding dogs, but the way our kids are being brought up down here is that dog mentality of you the best. In North Carolina, we play somebody outside the city, man. It's just Charlotte against them. Charlotte against them. Like, that's instilled in them at a young age. You the best. Charlotte is the best. We playing better competition. Like you say, we're training. So I think that plays a big role with our kids. You know, start from the youth level. And then they carries on to the middle school level. Hell, we got 32 middle schools that play football in the city. And that some of that is watered down, but the level of competition is high because everybody, you know, wants to be the best. Then we started these playoffs in CMS for the first time ever. So that level of competition is high. Who wants to be considered the best in the city? And then you carry that on to high school. I mean, we produce some dogs, and we got some dog teams, man. I'm not saying other places don't, but I think as a whole, I think Charlotte, North Carolina, and while we're winning, man, our kids are just focused. I mean, you got opposing schools in the summer. I talked about this before. Butler and Independence. Let me get it correct. Butler and Independence. Those kids train together. Then you got the Chambers and the Mallard Creek kids. They train together. Our kids down here, even though they competing against each other in the year, I mean, they go hard against each other. But it's just the cross training. Everyone is helping everyone get better. These kids are friends. They grow up together. Youth play together on youth teams against each other. Then they get the middle school. They may have played against each other. Now they're playing with each other. Then they get the high school playing against each other. Then some of them hook back up again. I just think that helps build, that dog mentality in the state of we want to be winners, and we think area we can get a Charlotte team or a surrounding area team to that championship. Our kids are working out like hell, man, training. I mean, I don't know how to do in other parts of the state, but I know you ain't probably going to find 2 to 3 high schools that got kids training together in the summertime. They don't give a damn about none of that. It's all about training, getting better so they can go off and get these scholarships. And then we got so many kids getting scholarships. Like, it's just like next man up. You see that guy get one, so you should be the next man up and getting you a scholarship. It's just embedded in our kids down here to be winners. Not to say the other places not doing it, but I'm talking about Charlotte, man. These kids embedded, got that since they've been little. You the best. You the best. You're gonna get that scholarship. We're gonna make it to the States. We're gonna make it to the States in youth, middle school. We're gonna win. We're gonna be the best team in our conference. Now we're gonna have the city champs. Then they take that winning mentality and they take it to high school, and our high school programs are doing well. We got about 4 or 5 top high school teams every year competing to get, in the semifinals like that, and trying to get to the state in football and basketball. Myers Park won it last year in basketball. So then a year before that, I think 2022, it was Weddington. So our area is just producing them dogs, man, because of the way our kids are being brought up, the mentality, that training. I heard some coaches say on the eastern part of the state that a lot of their kids really don't camp out. I heard Coach Blocker up there in Raleigh talk about this for years, about how those kids up there really not camping, really not attending camps like that. Like during the summertime, Block came down and worked the camp for me. I think it was 2022. Like he said, it's a regular Saturday. And we in Charlotte, and we got a damn camp with 100-something kids at the camp. And then we got college coaches. It was my camp. And we had college coaches running the camp. At every position was a college coach running the camp. Not the high school coaches, but we had the college coaches down here running the camp. I don't know where else they do that. And if it's not that, we got all our high school coaches. I mean, they bicker between themselves, but when it comes to getting these kids out of there, man, everybody's all in. When we do these prospect camps in Charlotte, whether it's WA, Matt Morrow, or whatever, we got the Charlotte high school coaches and the best trainers in the city facilitating the camps, helping these kids improve and showcase their talent in front of all these college coaches. Because at the end of the day, it's about putting a great product out there in front of these college coaches at these prospect camps and helping our kids make it to that next level. Down here is all about getting our kids to the next level. I'm not saying they're not doing that in other parts of the state, but in Charlotte, North Carolina, We take that shit serious. Serious. We got good talent on our team, but I'm thinking, what are these other places doing? They got county schools. We don't have no county schools. They got 2 or 3 schools in the county. Sometimes one. That's a lot of kids in one school, man. So I think kids, programs like that, you should have nothing but the best talent. Because all our kids are distributed here and there and there. And sometimes it seems like our kids are watered down, but they step up to the task because of the mentality and everything that goes into being the best. It's like that shit is in the water down here. I'm not knocking anyone else, but I'm saying Charlotte Athletics, I think Mecklenburg County is the best athletics in the state, as far as the youth level, middle school level, and the high school level, man. We're like dominating. We dominating around here, man. You know, in the youth level, you got some pretty good Raleigh teams seen win the state. Like I said, the Dark Horses. I seen another program out of Raleigh, come up program. They did good. And they do good in these states youth championships. But as a whole, I think Charlotte is really running this state, and we doing it like I said before, because I think we're outworking everyone. I don't know what they do in the rest of the states, but I know they're not outworking us. They're not out camping. I know they're not attending camps. Our kids are camp crazy down here. Camp crazy. They love camping. They love working out. And then this 7-on-7 has taken off. I mean, our kids are addicted to it. Like, they're growing up 7, 8, flagging, or 7s. And then when they get to 8s, the flag comes off and it's 7-on-7. Like, seriously, 7-on-7. And I think that's what you got to do in other parts of the states. You want to build up your programs and make them high powered. You got to get that youth level, get them dominating, working together. You got like I say, 2 high schools in the county. Your youth program should be off the hook. Your youth athletics should be dominant. You got that many kids. Why the youth programs are not dominant? Like, Raleigh got some good youth programs. Winston does. But I'm talking about the rest of the state. What are y'all doing on the youth level as far as developing your young kids and your middle school kids? I think that's the difference. I think that's why kids step up to the plate. And when it comes to championship series, especially high school, we're dominating that. They're bred to do it. Like, it's serious. And I don't understand why other parts of the state, why they're not really dominating 7-on-7, especially small county schools. The damn whole county should have 7-on-7. Basketball should be dominant. You should have the best basketball players on your little AAU rec teams because you're a county. You can take advantage. Like, my son plays for Team Grime in Durham. And shit, the coach, in 4 or 5 months, man, he done built up a good program up there in Durham. I think he got 2 5th grade teams, 3 6th grade teams, a 7th grade team, an 8th grade team, and he got a 9th grade team. Them a lot of teams, bro. And he built that up in like a couple months because the area say, hey, you got the kids that want to do it. You just need somebody to put the programs out there that can help get these kids to the next level. It's a need in these places. And he found that need in Durham. Coach Massey found that need in Durham and took advantage of it and has built him something. If he can keep it going in the kids' state, he's going to be a force. He already got a good 20-30 team. You know, that 9th grade team pretty good. 5th grade team seems to be pretty good. But he's taking advantage of that need. So what are you doing in the rest of the state, in these counties, small counties? I know your county might be small, but that means you got a lot of kids. What are you doing on your youth level as far as creating youth football programs, 7-on-7, Where's your basketball programs? I know there's a lot of kids in the county that want to play. I just think the adults are not willing to get out there and give them that platform so they can maximize their talent. I think a lot of places they wait until they hit middle school and then they take care of it and then they get to high school. Nowadays, that's not good enough. You got to start on that youth level. So I've been thinking about that. Why our sports just seem to dominate like that? And it's because it starts when they're little, 6 and 7 years old. And like I say, we got a lot of schools down here, man. So sometimes it gets watered down, but we still got them top programs that are kicking ass, man. And it's because our kids, I think, take it a little bit more serious. The adults take it a little bit more serious. Every year, somebody's creating a platform for these kids to develop and showcase their talents. I know we do in WEA. We create a platform to put on camps. I was just camping kids, going to all these college camps and seeing what they was doing. Then I started bringing that back to Charlotte, and it's making the youth camps a little bit better, making them more, setting them up for the future, getting them ready for the combine drills, running the drills they're going to be doing in high school and college. I say, oh, I need to bring this back to my city. And I did. And then we started the middle school camps. Same thing. And then my middle school kids reached out and say, hey, do it for high school. And we've been doing it for high school. And that shit has taken off. So I think in some of these places in North Carolina, man, you adults got to step up and create your platform for these kids. A good platform, man. Create some good youth programs. Get all them kids out the house. Get them playing youth. Get them playing football, basketball. Get them in baseball. Whatever you can, you need to create the platform for these kids and watch your programs take off. In some places I don't think they have it as much, do it as much as we do. They're good. They're good. But I think we're better. And I will argue that against anybody in the state. I just think we're better because we're more focused and in tune and serious about athletics down here. And it's all about giving the kids a platform to do it. You know, so I would like to see the other states raise the bar, man, with your kids and give them better platforms. You know, take the youth sports serious because that's where it starts at. Take this youth stuff serious. You know, and the kids can see it. When they looking at his older brother, his older cousin getting a football scholarship, he wants that. He desires to have that. And then you tell him you can do it too. You're going to be just as good as him because he wasn't getting what you're getting. And I just think that, you know, that's the way to build up your programs in these county schools. What is the east, northern part, western part of the state, man? You really have to build up something. It was a team. They used to be Asheville Extreme. I don't know what they are now. I saw them what they were doing. They were doing a great job. They had got all those kids in that Asheville area and surrounding area, and they was putting them on a team, and they was playing some solid football, man. I'm talking about some real good football. So I'm gonna need to keep up with them, but I saw it. They got all them kids in surrounding areas, and they put them in a football program. And this was like maybe last year or two, and I saw them, and they were kicking ass, man. They got it together, and they was really handling some business. Like the McAdenville Dolphins, they always been good in football, even when they was in Pop Warner AYF. They were in a good place up there in Gastonia. They're in a good place. And they recruit from a big area, and they recruit that whole area. And they recruit a big area, man. And they are dominant. Because they got all the kids wanting to play for them. And then they're working out early. They're not waiting late to get in pads. They're working out early. My son played for this past year. Shit, we was start practicing in May. And shit, in June, we had the pads on. In July, they were going down in the Southern Hospitality get ready to play some ball. And then it was the whole organization out there, man. It was about 200, they had about damn 200 kids out there. I couldn't believe it. And this was in June. Then they had the pads on in July. The whole organization. So you might hear my dog back there, LaBella Blue. But they had the whole, all the kids out there working out. Then they had them in helmets and shoulder pads in June, getting ready for this Southern hospitality and taking their kids on the road and playing. And it wasn't about winning or losing. They were just getting ready to play the best talent, win or lose, and just get the work. You know, it's all about getting work, man. You have to get that work. And then in basketball, man, we got so many hoopers down here, man, and so many travel ball teams that play on the circuit. I'm wondering, same thing, why these other county schools are not getting their best youth players, middle school players, high school players, and forming dominant teams. Especially when you got two county schools. One of you dads, y'all need to pick it up, man, and get going in your county and form you a team, man, and get out here and put your kids on the road and just play locally till you build it up and then get you a travel team. So, you know, that was a big thing for me today, man, to talk about why I think Charlotte sports is so dominant. Why it's so dominant. And why it's so dominant, man, is because I think we're outworking everyone. We're outworking you. We're out camping you. We're out training you. I don't want to say coaching because I don't think it's a good coaching. But we're just putting in more work than I think other parts of the state, man. And, you know, I love North Carolina, so I want to see everyone win. But you got to start building your platforms, man, giving your kids the opportunity to grow and develop. To grow and develop. So I think everybody needs to get on board with that and start, you know, working together, getting your kids together, getting them, you know, together, working out. It's about to be, I know in Charlotte, we're about to go on spring break. Them kids going to be working out. Believe me, they going to be grinding and working out. And when we get back from out of town, Monday, we'll be doing workouts at the Footwork Factory like on Tuesday and Wednesday for the rest of the week. I already got parents ready to go for spring break. They want their kids to do something on spring break. They talking about working out and training. We're going to take a little vacation and get back. And then we're going to get to working out and training. So you want your teams and your programs to go to that next level. It's going to have to be a commitment from everyone. Not just the high school coaches, but you parents got to step up too and get these kids going, man. Get them motivated and get these kids, like I talked about last week on the episode, team bonding. You can't put it all on the coaches. You parents got to step up and get these kids in the platform for us. Maybe you getting them all working out somewhere. You getting them all in one place and you getting them trained. Get some good trainers down there, pay for some training, or take them somewhere to get trained. You know, all you dads should be loading them up in your SUVs in June, getting them to camps. You at a county school, everybody, damn whole county should be on the bus, renting some vans, some 15 passengers, and you should be getting these kids, taking them all to camps, getting them exposure. Not just your kids. You should be packing them up like sardines and getting them to see this lifestyle, getting them to see what's really going on in other parts of the state, how they're winning. So that's just what I want to talk about today. I think Charlotte athletics is just better than the rest of the state. I feel that way. I know it. I'm helping contributing to that. Because we train and we bring these college coaches to these kids so our kids can take that jump and go to school. I know our kids are going to school. We don't care where they go. D1, D2, D3. Get that scholarship and get out of here and go change your life. You know, we whispered in their ear. You're gonna go to school. You're gonna go to school on a scholarship. It's obtainable. It's obtainable. They're hearing it at a young age. You're going to school. You're going to school. You're going to school. You're gonna get that scholarship. You're gonna get that scholarship. We're whispering in their ear. Time they 6, 7 years old, 6 or 7, they can touch a ball. We don't care what ball. Baseball, soccer, volleyball. We're whispering in their ear. You're going to school on a scholarship. Keep working, keep grinding, keep competing. Then they believe it. And once we get them believing it, our kids are taking off. I talk about my friend Donald Powell. Up there, his son goes to Northern. He's trying to preach that very thing in his program. He drops these videos of the podcast in his in the team's chat, in the group chat, because he's trying to develop a culture. That's what it really is a culture. You have to create that culture, man. Not just create the culture when it's time to play fall ball, but you have to create that culture when you're not playing, when the kids are not playing the sport. What are you doing when football season is over? What are you doing now in the winter months? What are you going to be doing in the spring? Somebody need to say, let's get a 7-on-17. Not just waiting on the high school 7-on-17. Somebody somewhere needs to say, hey, we're going to form a 7-on-17. We're going to play surrounding areas. We're going to go to Raleigh. We're going to go to Greensboro. We're going to go to Charlotte. We're going to play some 7-on-7. You don't need the high school coaches for that. You don't. You know coverages and defenses. Get somebody to call the plays and get the kids together. You need about 14 of them. That's an easy task. And form you some 7-on-7. Then you get the youth involved too and get on the road and get your 12s, 13s, your 15s, and then you jump that thing up to 18U, 17U, and you get going. That's how you get the culture built in your county, man. Somebody has to step up and say, hey, we're going to do this. Stop waiting on these high school coaches to do it. You can't, they already got a lot on their plate. They teach and they coaching. Hell, they be tired. I'm in middle school. I be tired after the season. But you got to have other people that can come in and help. You got to help your program. You parents, you want to bicker and complain, try this. Build you a 7-on-7 program. Only thing you need is a football, 2 of them. Get you 2 quarterbacks and go sign some kids up. Put them in some tights. Hell, they don't even got to be in the tight outfits, compression outfits. You can go get them black shorts in a t-shirt, and you got a team. So that's what I want to speak on today, man, about why I think Charlotte Athletics is at the top of the line. It's the culture down here, and I would like to see the rest of the state pick it up. Get out here and pick it up. Create these platforms for these kids to play on. It's not expensive. You can play 2 or 3 tournaments. $150 per kid. A little bit more if you're going to get the little uniforms. $200 max. Get on the road and compete in some tournaments, man. Get these kids outside the county. Most of these tournaments are 2 days. Take them on some trips. Get them outside the area. Take them on some vacation. Treat it like a vacation. Some of these kids ain't never been nowhere in the first place. You gotta let them see the world. You gotta let them see the world, man, so they can grow. See something besides that little county they in, or that little small part of the state, man. You gotta get them in the SUVs, 15 passengers. Take them to Raleigh. Take them to Greensboro. Bring them to Charlotte. We'll play you. Hell, we'll line it up for you. We'll line it up. We'll give you 10 teams to play. Lord knows we got enough of them down here. So create that platform, man, for your kids. Create some type of strength program for your kids where they can do it outside of school. Get some trainers down here, man, to work out with some kids, or just work the kids out. Just get them together and work them out outside of the school and outside the high school coaches. Create that culture, man, that winning culture. You got to breathe that into them. You got to breathe it into them. So that was my take on today on why I think Charlotte is the best in what we do. The championships prove it. We're a winning force. We're a force to be reckoned with down here. So that was on my mind today, Coach Wash, man. So that was on my mind. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Again, hit that like, subscribe, and share button. And I appreciate you listening to Coach Washington Sports Talk. Peace.